I've got a short glimpse of the picture. Um, it all has got pretty complex, but you got this one. It was purple when I gave it to you, and it has nothing to do with your symbolic associations. This is spiritual. So this was the light against the spiritual, and this icon is very powerful. Um, Perhaps I should say a few words of its origin. It was on the night, in the evening, and then the night when Nelson Mandela died, passed away. Earlier that day, I went to the post office, where I met a gypsy woman living nearby. She lived in a dilapidated house, and she just got a new flat. She was moving out to a new place. I'm not sure what she did to me, because I ended up with a terrible space. But on that night, on that evening, she immersed me in her space. And on that night, in the evening, I started taking photos. And they were quite unusual. I believe she let me into the gypsy perception, and I got a picture where I appear as the woman carrying the light. But this is a special woman, so I know that this is not me. This is a spirit. I mean, I am carrying the light, but there's the spirit, some other spirit. And my relations with gypsies got very complex. And of course, I hate the space because it's so dirty and terrible. But then I always appreciated the gift of seeing. So this is how the evening started. And then as I was taking the pictures, I got the news popped up about Nelson Mandela passing away. And it was a very stormy evening. There was a building being built. No, not yet being built. The ground was being prepared for building the building in front of my block of flats. And it was also to be a block of flats, but I didn't know what it would look like yet. I just knew that I just had a bad feeling about it. And I guess I was right about the people who would live there. Anyway, at the time there was only the ground, and there was the crane there. And they did not, the crane was moving. You know, the part that moves was moving to and through in the wind. It was really stormy. And I was wondering whether it will fall down. I mean, if it were to fall, it was very, very tall. Very tall, high. I don't know which one you use with cranes. Anyway, it reached up to the sky, and I was wondering if it would destroy my building, or what would happen to my building if it were to fall. And this was what I was thinking of. as it was moving. Um, and on that night, I started, when I learned about Nelson Mandela passing away, I started taking pictures. I lit the light and started taking pictures. But I didn't have my camera. I could only use the Samsung one. And the pictures were not too good, so I started editing them. And in the process of editing, I came up with different colors. There are there are 6 of them, if I remember correctly. Let me check. Yeah, 6 of them that I composed into a picture, and I call the icon the Sun of Africa. So in the center, where there's the light, the fire, the actual fire, there's the sun, and then in the sky you can see the moon, the reflection. And the cloth also can make one think of the royalty, the French royalty. But what's most important is Nelson Mandela and his rule of the fight and the right to defend oneself. But there's more to it. There's the Africa, that is what I was always connecting with you. The original spirituality, what I called primordial, and people laughed at. I called it primordial in the case of Rayana, but all those people, Aboriginal people, have it. So this is the realm, the part of the realm, the huge spiritual realm that I connected with you in my mind, and this is how you got the icon. So I hope in that war of wars it will somehow protect you wherever you are and whatever has happened to your body. This is a spiritual realm, one of the ones that belong to Agnipolitania, but sadly I have not managed to protect the virginal quality of my queendom and the peace, and then develop it into the gradual the new civilization where all spiritual realms can live in peace on this planet Earth.